I know that you're told, if you find the right job, you'll never work a day in your life. Work is still work, and you may eventually get there, but don't think that that's going to be immediate, and it just takes time. And my husband and I have a rule. You're not allowed to talk about that I don't like this job, or I don't want to do this anymore, or I'm going to look at other things until you've at least been there a year. Because your first year at any job stinks sometimes. You don't feel confident. You don't really know all that you're doing. You have to learn a lot. And sometimes you get the, not as fun tasks. You have to learn the technical side. You have to learn the details in order to enjoy some of the things that come after that. And so commit, realize that the hard parts just make you better, and consider it a challenge and go for it. Even though I'm in my mid-30s, I've got asked if I'm the intern in the room. And even in mid-30s, that, it's still in a room with people that are 50 and 60 and have done this for many more years. How you have an impact is you ask a lot of questions. You can get your point across quicker and have a bigger impact if you ask the right questions rather than making statements. And guys, it is still one of the best pieces of advice I've ever gotten. I still use it to this day. We've seen, and I've experienced it myself, of that, when you have a new employee, of course there's questions. And we've had some that'll come every 5 minutes and have a question. But it actually, it shows a lot of forethought on your part. If you gather your thoughts, gather your questions, and go, plan a time that I'm going to go at 2:30, 3 o'clock, and these are going to be I'm going to be ready, and I've got my questions. And so I would just challenge you, go in asking questions. Be smart on your questions, but don't be afraid to be intentional. You may think you're the only one that has that question, or that if you ask that, it's going to expose that you don't know what you're talking about. 9 times out of 10, the question's already been asked. And if anything, it shows that you're learning and that you need to ask a question. When I say have confidence, you play your game. You have confidence in who you are, and you do what works for you. You know yourself. And so whether that's in studying right now, whether that's in your career, that everyone's going to look a little bit different, and they're going to do it a little bit different. But you do what works, and you can be confident in, is huge. The other thing is just work-life balance. I just laugh at that statement because, guys, everything is fluid. I had a great mentor that told me, Suzanne, you can be it all. You just may not be it all at the same time. And I still live by that, because there are weeks that I feel like I have been an awesome mom. And then there's other weeks that I've been a great employee. You just kind of figure it out through each day and through each week. Guys, in the current environment right now, people are more willing to work with you and to make things work with the way technology is, with the gifts that you have. Allow yourself to be valuable and show the skills that you have, because people will work with you. The coolest thing about a degree in the College of Media and Comm is that you are not put in a box. You bring value in so many different platforms. Obviously graduating and being in the midst of a pandemic is not exactly ideal, but I challenge you to get creative, because people are hiring. Don't be afraid to reach out to someone. Utilize connections you have, that is okay to say, hey, I know you, would you be willing to introduce me to so-and-so? Having that kind of leeway to kind of open the door for you is huge. When you have 2 options and you really feel like, okay, I'm going to go with this one, even if it turns out that it's not exactly, how you wanted it to go, you learn something from it, and you got some experience, and you just make another change, and you find what needs to happen for you. And so don't be paralyzed with the decision-making process. That it's just part of growing.